Introduction of Rural Sociology and Educational Psychology. Extension Education and Agricultural Extension. By Dr. Saurabh Sharma, Associate Professor, Nagaland University, Medzifema Campus, Nagaland. Concept of Extension Education. Extension. Extension word is derived from Latin word. Extension is made up of two words ex plus tensio extension. Ex, which means out, and tensio means stretching. When and where? The term extension was originated in England in 1866 with a system of university extension. First time it was used by Cambridge and Oxford universities. Cambridge University first used the term extension education in 1873. The extension word is also allied with the cooperative extension services in USA. Extension is the science of developing capabilities of the people for sustainable improvement in their quality of life. Agricultural extension education is to communicate to the farmers the latest agricultural technology emanating from agricultural colleges and research stations. Why extension? Thus, bridging the gap between the research workers and the farmers at large is called extension, and those bridging the gap are called extension workers. On the other hand, it is impracticable for the millions of farmers to visit the research stations and learn things by themselves. The researchers are not having much time to convince the villagers to adopt scientific methods. They are also not able to gauge rural problems. In other words, the rural people should know latest research findings from time to time. They should also be able to convey their problem to the research workers for solution. We cannot apply yesterday's technologies for today to conduct tomorrow's business. Definitions of Extension Education. H.W. Butt, 1961. We can define extension as the increased dissemination of useful knowledge for improving rural life. Ensminger, 1957. Extension is education and that its purpose is to change attitudes and practices of the people with whom the work is done. Rudramurthy, 1964. The process of extending the knowledge of recent advances in science and technology to the people who need to use it most is generally known as extension. O.P. Dahama, 1973. Extension education is defined as an educational process to provide knowledge to the rural people about the improved practices in a convincing manner and help them to take decision within their specific local conditions. Objectives of Extension Education. 1. Problem analysis. To assist the people to discover and analyze their problems and identify the felt needs. 2. Leadership development. To develop leadership among the people and help them in organizing groups to solve their problems. 3. Knowledge dissemination. To disseminate research information of economic and practical importance in a way people would be able to understand and use. 4. Resource mobilization. To assist people in mobilizing and utilizing the resources which they have and which they need from outside. 5. Feedback collection. To collect and transmit feedback information for solving management problems. 6. Efficiency improvement. To provide the farmers the knowledge and help that will enable them to farm more efficiently and to increase their income. 7. Rural development. To train rural people and youth for development works. Scope of Extension Education. Agricultural production. Efficiency in agricultural production. Marketing and distribution. Efficiency in marketing, distribution and utilization. Natural resources. Conservation, development and use of natural resources. Management. Management on the farm and in the home. Community development. Community development and rural area development. Family living. Family living. Youth development. Youth development. Leadership. Leadership development. Public affairs. Public affairs. Nature of extension education versus formal education. Formal education. Extension non-formal education. Starts with theory and ends with practical. Starts with practical and ends in theory later on. Students study subjects. Farmers study problems. Fixed curriculum offered. No fixed curriculum or course of study. Class attendance is compulsory. Participation is voluntary. Teaching is mainly vertical. Teaching is mainly horizontal. The teacher has more or less homogeneous audience. The teacher has a large and heterogeneous audience. It is rigid. It is flexible. It has all pre-planned and pre-decided programs. It has freedom to develop programs locally based on needs and interests. It is more theoretical. It is more practical and intended for immediate application in the solution of problems. Importance of extension education. Extension education plays a vital role in bridging the gap between scientific research and community-level application, especially in agriculture and rural development. Its importance can be highlighted in the following ways. Bridges the gap between lab and land. Extension education helps transfer new research findings, innovations, and scientific techniques from laboratories and universities directly to the farmers and rural people. Empowers rural communities. By providing knowledge and skills, it empowers farmers, youth, and women to make informed decisions, adopt improved practices, and become self-reliant. Improves agricultural productivity. Farmers learn modern methods such as improved seeds, irrigation practices, crop protection, and post-harvest techniques, which help in increasing yield and income. Importance of extension education. Promote sustainable development. Extension programs emphasize eco-friendly, climate-resilient, and sustainable practices that help conserve natural resources and ensure long-term agricultural viability. Facilitates technology adoption. It acts as a medium to introduce and promote the adoption of modern tools, machinery, ICT, information and communication technology, and digital farming methods. Supports government policies and schemes. Extension workers help in the implementation of various government schemes and ensure that the benefits reach the grassroots level. Encourages community participation. Extension education involves people in planning and implementing development programs, promoting cooperation, leadership, and self-help. The inclusive nature of extension education. Non-formal and inclusive. Extension education provides lifelong learning opportunities to people who are outside the formal education system, making it especially important in rural and less literate populations. Extension education is crucial for rural progress, agricultural development, and improving the livelihoods of farming communities. It acts as a bridge between knowledge institutions and the people, transforming scientific advancements into practical benefits. Extension education serves as the vital link that ensures scientific knowledge doesn't remain confined to academic institutions but reaches those who need it most, creating real-world impact in communities. Thank you.